up on the CrossFit Games Update Show. We'll recap Dan Bailey and Scott Panchik's season-starting throwdown in Charlotte. Find out how your favorite athletes did on 13.1 as we break down the leaderboards. We connected with you on social media. Stick around for the best from the CrossFit community from the first week of the Open. The CrossFit Games Update Show starts now. Hello, and welcome to the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Pat Sherwood alongside Maddy Curley, and I'm $5 poorer this week because of my decisions and Scott Panchik's amazing performance.
Nice work, Scott.
Not for me, but good for him.
And Scott requested a portion of my winnings, so I'll be sending him a thank you quarter in the mail.
How generous of you.
I am.
After waiting and guessing for months, we finally learned the first open workout of the season, and hundreds of excited CrossFitters showed up to cheer for Scott Panchik and Dan Bailey. We knew it would be a battle with the 4th place finisher at the Games last year versus the 6th place finisher.
Director of the Games, Dave Castro, was on site in North Carolina to announce the first open workout, 13.1.
13.1 is as many reps as possible in 17 minutes of 40 burpees, 30 snatches at 75 pounds.
Look how happy Castro is with the 17 minutes. Oh my God. So we had 12.1, the burpees last year, 12.2, the snatches. Now we just merge them together into some little psycho love child.
Yep.
We have 13.1. What were your feelings when you first heard it?
Well, I was actually really pumped because I thought...
Really?
Well, yeah, because I thought, great, I can compare myself to last year. I like longer workouts way better, and I like couplets better than single modality.
Okay, well, I'll buy that. I don't understand the love of the long workouts, but I do like couplets. After the announcement, Scott Panchik and Dan Bailey competed live in front of a full house at CrossFit Vitality. Everyone was surprised when Bailey finished the first set of burpees before Panchik, the burpee king from last year's Open, but it wasn't enough. Dan still lost, so Maddy, how did Scott win?
Well, we actually spoke to Dan about that on the phone, and he said he felt like Scott pulled ahead during the 135-pound barbell. He said he tried for a big set right off the bat, and then he just couldn't catch up during the set of 165. But let's hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Rory McKernan caught up with Scott and Dan after their opening round showdown.
No, in my mind, I was coming in here to win, and I think in any athlete's mind, they're saying the same thing. I'm sure Dan was too.
I mean, you have the ability to redo these workouts if need be. Were you going to go after it again?
I'll think about it maybe Saturday. I want that 210 bar pretty bad, even if it's just one rep. But no, I'm pretty happy with the score, considering things, so it went well.
That blows my mind that Scott Panchik learns to work out at such short notice and has a score that still holds up to 5th on the worldwide leaderboard. Incredible. So last week, the Open started with a bang. This week, we'll head to Brooklyn, where the fittest woman on earth, Annie Thorisdottir, takes on Lindsay Valenzuela live when Open Workout 13.2 is announced to the world from CrossFit South Brooklyn.
So do you want to go double or nothing on this one?
Yes, please.
All right, I'm going to take Lindsay, my girl from SoCal.
Really, with no argument, you're going to give me the 2-time champ.
I have that much faith in you, Lindsay.
Done. Easy. No worries there whatsoever. Shifting gears from me robbing you in the next throwdown, let's take a look at the current men's leaders after 13.1. Neil Maddox is off to an early lead, but many familiar names are filling out the top 10. And that's happening for a reason. True fitness exists, and it can be developed. These guys have demonstrated capacity year after year, regardless of the test.
Yeah, for example, in 2008, Khalipa beat 195 men to be crowned champion. Now, in 2013, nearly 71,000 men are competing, and he's still beating all but 2 of them.
That's what Khalipa does, right? I mean, exactly. The pool keeps getting bigger, but there's always a few guys finishing near the top. Our current leader after 13.1 is Neil Maddox with 199 reps. Now, Maddy, was this just a good workout for him, or is this a new and improved Neil Maddox?
Well, obviously this was a good workout for him. And when Neil is on, he has the ability to run over anyone in the world. Where he has struggled in the past is consistency with his performances. But when we spoke to him on the phone, he said he's aware of his weaknesses and he is being proactive to fix them.
I totally buy that. The boy wants to be on the podium, no doubt about it. We caught up with Neil Maddox after 13.1, and I'll tell you what, he doesn't appear to be worried about the Open.
Bring it. I'm ready for anything that they have. Anything. The Open is the Open. What I realized with CrossFit, nothing's going top Camp Pendleton. So Camp Pendleton, to me, was here. Everything else underneath it, unless they have Camp Pendleton again, everything else underneath it, I'm not worried about.
Well, he should be a happy man because I don't believe we're going to see Camp Pendleton in the Open.
I
so
really
I think
hope not.
Neil will be okay.
It'll be a lot of travel for people. It's also no surprise to see Rich Froning's name at the top of the leaderboard.
Nope.
Rich comes in second on 13.1 with 197 reps.
All right, now don't be jealous. You guys out there in CrossFit land, don't be jealous. I watched Rich do this workout live via FaceTime. How cool is that? And it was insane.
Friends.
Even we're besties, right? We're on Facebook. And even with a couple missed lifts at the 210 barbell, he still had time to get a score of 197.
Missed some reps?
With 2 missed lifts. If he hit him, he'd have tied Maddox, but 197. He has to settle for second.
Well, there you go. It's not unusual to see Rich at the top of the board, but a couple guys who we've been talking about in the past, hoping to dethrone Froning, we can see also at the top of the board. Miko Salo and Josh Bridges are back in a big way. Bridges took 6th with 192 reps, and Miko rounded out the top 10 with 191. Welcome back, gentlemen.
The boys are back in town, right? With a lot of big names throwing down, I'm excited. It's here, and we're just getting started. It's only going to get better. When we come back, we'll dive into the women's leaderboard. More CrossFit Games Update show coming up next.
The CrossFit Games Update Show is brought to you in part by Progenics, the official performance nutrition sponsor of the 2013 Reebok CrossFit Games.
My name is Nicho, and today is a good day.
Hey, Nicho.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, Nicho? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, Nicho? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Nicho, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, Nicho? Are you ready?
Nicho. 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 You smash that shit, son! You are ready!
Welcome back to the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Pat Sherwood alongside Maddy Curley, and now it's time for the ladies. And like the men, there are a lot of familiar names on top of the leaderboard. In fact, there are 8 women in the top 20 for 13.1 that were also in the top 20 after the first 2 workouts in last year's Open. Coincidence? I think not. With 211 reps, Kristen Clever claims the top spot for the women on 13.1. In 17 minutes, she did 100 burpees and 111 snatches, 21 of which were at 120 pounds. That's more than you weigh.
It is more than I weigh, and I don't understand it. But take notice that the top 3 right now are the same top 3 from the 2011 Open. Interesting. I spoke with Chris and she said that her strategy was to stay relaxed on the burpees. Now get this is relaxed for her, to take no longer than 5 minutes and 30 seconds to finish all 100 in burpees. Yeah, and then she wanted to get through the snatches at the same pace as last year's 12.2. Success, I would say.
Great strategy. Two things are clear. She's fitter than me and we have a divergence on what relaxed means, but neither here nor there. Let's talk about some other champs. Annie Thorsdottir joins fellow Games champ Rich Froning in the number 2 spot this week with 209 reps. An amazing performance, but just couldn't get clever.
In last year's Open, Chris won the burpees and Annie won the snatch ladder, but when you put them together, Annie was just a few reps shy of Chris, so it seems the burpees took a larger toll on Annie than Chris. And Miss Clever, she's a much more tactical poster, waiting until Annie was fast asleep to post her score.
All the Valley girls are big tactical posters. I'm on to you girls, and I appreciate it, right?
Yeah, right?
Anything you can do. Annie doesn't need tactical postings to win. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and history kind of proves that Annie wins over the long haul. Annie's score of 209, that's impressive. But here's a case where 150 might be even more impressive.
Jenny LeBas. Jenny LeBas may have broken her foot, but she's not using that as an excuse to miss the Open. With an amazing performance, on one leg, she finishes 13.1 with 150 reps. More than...
That boggles my mind. Go to the leaderboard, see how many people with 2 feet got 150. And, she's right there. That is LeBawsome. And I'm standing behind those words.
You just said it.
As well as Jenny, some other ladies caught our attention and are worth mentioning as well. Sam Briggs is back, and she's occupying spot number 3.
And there's Lindsay Valenzuela in 5th place. Lift like Lindsay? Nope, let's be fit like her.
Amen. And Lindsay Borden in 4th place. Lindsay Borden? Who? You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Did you just Django?
Was that a good Southern accent?
That was
I'm
pretty
trying
good.
Anyway. 13.2 will be announced tomorrow, Wednesday, March 13th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. 2-time defending champ Annie Thorsdottir will be competing live against Lindsay Valenzuela. Let's take a look at their numbers. All right, Maddy, still confident about your choice in the bet?
So confident.
All right, fine, okay. Well, let's talk to the champ about her thoughts on the Open.
I'm not sure if I've learned anything specific through the past 2 Open, but if there's something I need to say I've learned is that I shouldn't focus too much on the Open because that makes the season so long. Not that I don't enjoy the season, but the main thing for me is going to be the regionals and the games. So the Open is more for warm-up for everything.
The Open is a warm-up?
Just a simple group of 5 workouts.
That's why she's, been the champ twice, and I haven't been. But anyway, a couple of the women who were chasing down Annie last year are now included in the newly expanded Masters division. Becky Konzelman and Cheryl Brost are 2 of the competitors in the new 40 to 44 Masters division. But after one workout, both athletes sit outside the top 5 in their division. Konzelman is 9th and Brost is 13th. That just speaks to how competitive that division is.
So competitive. Think about that. Both these women were competing alongside Annie Thorsdottir last year at the Games as individuals, and now they're not even occupying the top spots in their Masters divisions?
Yeah, I know. They would beat me too. I get it. And speaking of new Masters faces, first-year competitors in both the men's and women's 60-plus divisions are doing well right off the bat. 4 of the top 10 60-plus men are new to that division. 3 of the top 10 60-plus women are also rookies, and they're smashing it.
Absolutely, but still, last year's 60-plus champs are holding strong. Scott Olson is currently in 3rd, while Mary Schwing is in is in 2nd. Olson was one of 3 men in the 60-plus-year-old division to rack up 190 reps in 13.1. Most men half their age couldn't even get to 190 reps with an empty bar.
Yeah, okay. We'll see. 13.2 is coming, if you know what I mean. The team division should be extremely competitive this year as well. While we won't know the fittest team until the end of July, we do know who has the largest team, and CrossFitters, size matters. CrossFit NYC signed up 359 people. That's 113 more than Trident CrossFit.
As a result, CrossFit NYC will have their affiliate fees waived, get 150 tickets to regionals, and 100 tickets to the 2013 Reebok CrossFit Games. Last year, there were only 4 teams with more than 200 people registered. This season, we have 7.
I'm sorry, but that prize boggles my mind. I mean, the affiliate fee waived is incredible. The regional tickets, 100 tickets to the games? That's like a pot of gold right there.
Great.
Hey, NYC, you better represent. You better be rolling deep. When we come back, we'll turn the focus on you as we show off the very best of the CrossFit community from the first week of the Open.
Wardrobe for the CrossFit Games Update Show has been provided in part by Mizzen & Main. Tradition evolved.
I truly hope we do not do 7 minutes of burpees.
Burpees!
Oh, no burpees, please.
Hate heavy thrusters.
I hate snatch. Double unders.
Double unders. Rowing.
Thrusters.
Burpees!
No running!
Bring it.
I don't know, mixing cement. I hate mixing cement too.
Been waiting for that bench press to come out of the hopper.
That would really suck.
Oh God, I should go practice double unders right now.
Son of a...
Welcome back to the CrossFit Games Update Show. While the top athletes are using the Open to prepare for regionals, the vast majority of us are right now in our biggest competition of the year. When it was all said and done, there were more than 9 million burpees and more than 5.7 million snatches performed in 96 hours last week. We wanted to find out what you had to say about 13.1, so we turned to social media, aka the CrossFit Twitter and Facebook pages.
And the 2 things we heard the most were that people needed to pace the burpees and basically just get better at snatching.
I think most of us would agree with that. And we picked 4 wonderful tweets to highlight.
Absolutely. My favorite comes from Leo Fong, who says that burpees should be renamed barfies.
I like where his head's at. I like my man Bryce, who said, he did the workout to knock it out of the park early, but had nightmares all night long about it.
Totally agree with that.
Couldn't get rid of it. I get it.
It's likely that plenty of you performed 13.1 with a few friends from your gym, but it's unlikely that you had as many people on hand as the folks at CrossFit Now in Tucson, Arizona. For the past 3 years, several affiliates across Arizona have gotten together to host open workouts. This year they plan on having 100 people in Tucson. But there was such a great response that they had to make room for an additional 18 people.
That's right. Athletes came from as far away as Phoenix to take part. They are expecting the same turnout, if not bigger, for the next 4 open workouts.
If you have something going on like CrossFit Now, please let us know. Hit us up on our official Facebook and Twitter pages.
Now, plenty of you already did just that. Keep all the great photos and videos coming. We saw some pretty interesting attire choices as well. For example, if 13.1 didn't humiliate you enough, how about doing it in a pink tutu? That's exactly what Jason Kears of CrossFit Chicago did. He and some other athletes at that box compete in the MEET, which stands for Marginally Elite Athlete Tournament. How cool is that?
Love it.
The person who scores the lowest in an open workout has to wear the tutu the following week. Jason basically crushed the competition last year and agreed to don the tutu for 13.1.
We should do that between you and me.
No.
Not to be outdone, Claire Brevadoro decided to go after 13.1 in a bikini.
Good
she
for
put
her.
up a score of 111 in that getup. Claire, you're 1,686th in your NorCal region, but you are definitely #1 in our hearts.
It's just so cool to see everybody, pouring their hearts into the workouts, but having fun. Don't forget to have fun, people.
Absolutely.
Excited about 13.2? I know I am. Don't forget to tune in right here at games.crossfit.com Wednesday, March 13th to hear Dave Castro's live announcement. Stick around because directly after the announcement, Annie Thorsdottir and Lindsay Valenzuela will go live head-to-head. You do not want to miss that. I'm going to win. Just saying that again. That's our show for today. Don't forget to tune in next week when we break down the battle in Brooklyn and get you caught up on all the leaderboards after 13.2. Good luck this week, and we'll see you next time on the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Pat Sherwood alongside Maddy Curley. And sad to report, I'm $5 poor this week. Go yourself. Was way too long, sorry.
Why do they still hire him to work? He's clearly on drugs all the time.